Yeah, hi all. Welcome to the Shivraj YouTube channel. And today we are going to discuss the one important topic called how to load the data into the Snowflake. Okay. And there are the variety of ways are there. We can load the data into the Snowflake. What are those ways? Okay, let me get the one way. Okay. So what type of the data will be loading into the Snowflake? Either we will be loading into the CSV or JSON or the Excel, and from the AWS S3 and the Azure, we can load the data into the Snowflake. So one way using the UI also we can load the data into the Snowflake. Let us move on to the Snowflake UI. In the Snowflake UI, once you logging into the Snowflake, this is the UI we are going to display for this. And here the project section is there. You go to the project section. Okay. And other section also is there. You might be aware about all the sections. I will explain the, if you are interested, I am going to explain the other options when to use all the steps. Now we are interested to simple load the CSV data to Snowflake. So go to the workplace. Okay, just what I have to do, I wanted to create the one SQL file, not the Python file or not. So first what we have to do here, the we'll be choosing the who is the role and the computer warehouse, and we need to choose the database and schema. Okay, already we are having this data. Okay, if you are not having, we need to create it, but usually in the companies will not be uh, will be having this, will not be able to create it because the Linux, like the Snowflake admin is going to create these things. Okay, and just we have to use this and dev btc and dev. Okay, so dev btc I have created the this schema. How to create that schema? I have put it here. Create database dev btc create schema. Okay, I have created it. So once you chosen that, so what my intention is, I want to load the which data want to load. I want to load this data. Which data? This customer data. What is the customer data contains? The customer ID, first name, last name, email, city, and the country, and created it. This data I wanted to load into the Snowflake. How I can do this? Okay, I told you, right? One is the UI, we can use it, or we can use the S3, or the like the we can internal stage, and using the external stage also we can do it. But one way I can do it, UI I'll be showing, I'll be explaining how to do it in the S3. So let us go ahead and do that. So first what we have to do, we have to create the table. So I have already created the table, customer table. So you are able to see there is a no data into it. So what are the columns it contains? You're able to see, right? The customer name and customer ID, first name, last name, email, country, and created date, what and all types it is there. Okay, whether it is the nullable or not, those things we have not defined when creating it. So based on that, it is going to enforce it. Okay, and you are able to see the types. Okay, and where we have to see the database, this is about the workspace. This is about the database. Which database I want to see means they by default, whenever you are going to create the account, the snowflake learning db snowflake sample data, and this is the user only it is there. This one I have created. In the real time we'll be having the what and all database will be having, guys. Okay, we'll be having the dev environment, dev database, and qa database, and prod database, prod environment. Okay, and here we can do anything, but in the qa database we have the limited access. Prod will be having the limited access. And in this overall series I am going to explain you how we are going to work in the dev environment, what are the roles we'll be using it, and how we are going to do the taking the data from the dev to QA and QA to prod. So those things I'll be explaining in detail in the other videos. Okay, let us concentrate on this. Okay, let us concentrate on this. Okay, and the database. Okay, dev. So here is the schema dev. Okay, table, one table is there, customer is there. If you want to see the definition, you guys can see what and all customer ID number and where care. Okay, you can see this. Okay, columns only, columns means you can see this number, first name, all the things. Okay, details about this one when it has been created. Okay, and now I wanted to insert the record into this table. Okay, what I want to insert, I wanted to insert the these records. How many records are there? 6 records I wanted to insert. First I will be explaining the success scenarios, then I will be explaining the failure scenarios, what and all option we can use it. Okay, what I am going to do is I am going to duplicate the session, duplicate the tab. Okay, once you duplicate the tab, I wanted to load the data CSV file. How we can load it? Here, show the navigation, plus icon, create, and go to come below. Another option also is there. What are the other option? SQL file, Python file, dbt project, git repository, and table, and stage view, and all the stuffs is there. Don't concentrate on all those things. I am interested in loading the data. Okay, add the data. Okay, here you are able to see, right? Bring your data into the Snowflake. How many ways you can bring the data? You guys are able to see. Load the data into the table. You can load it. Load the file into the stage. Then Snowflake. And Snowflake stages, AWS S3 to the Snowflake, Microsoft Azure Blob, and Google Cloud 2, we can bring the data, and other ways also is there, we can bring the data to the Snowflake. So one of the way we can trying now is load the data into the table. How we can load it? So whenever you click it, first what it is going to ask it, and it is going to drop the file or the browse. As of now, what is the file size limit, guys? As of now, file size limit is 250 MB. Supported format are CSV, TSV, JSON, archive, Auro, Parquet file. Okay, in the real time we'll be using CSV, JSON, and the Parquet file. Okay, I will tell you. So most of the companies why they prefer the Parquet, all the stuffs. I am going to come into that. Okay, let us browse this. Browse this one. Okay, okay, I have kept it in the download. Okay, customer 10 it is there, so I'll be opening that. Okay, and after that I need to select or create the database and schema. I have already have the database. If you don't have, means you can go ahead and create it here. Okay, so but I don't, I already have this. I am going to select which database. In the real time we'll be having the 100 and 200, something like this will be having the database. You can enter the database name. In my case, dev btc is the database name. I need to choose the schemas, correct schemas we need to choose. In that particular schemas, my table is there. Okay, then once you choose that and create the table, either you want to create the manually or you can select it. As of now I have already created, that's why I can able to choose it. Customer table is there. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to click on next. Once you click on next, and file format, in the real time we'll be having the file format. So how we can create the file format, whether the how we can relate it to the like the CSV file format, comma delimited, those things I'll be explaining in the upcoming sessions, guys. Okay, as of now delimited file CSV it is there. Okay, and one more thing, match by column name, case sensitive default, that is okay. And what would happen if the error is encountered while loading the file? What is going to happen? What is going to happen here is, if the error is going to happen, do not load the any data. On error equal to abort statement. So in the real time, only load the valid data from the file. On error is equal to continue, will be choosing it. As of now, let it abort statement, let it not load anything. So as of now it is there. So here you will to see, right here what it is showing, the customer ID from the file, what the data is coming, from the table what it is coming. It is mapping, right? The customer ID, first name, and everything is matching. There is a no mismatch. Created it. everything is matching here. So you are able to see the data preview. Okay, small data, you are able to see this. Okay, if there is any discrepancy, then what it is going to, this is going to give the error. Okay, and let us load this. Click on load button and successfully loaded the data. Either the generate the SQL from the table or the view the table. So you can do the anything. Generate the SQL from the table. Okay, you can it is going to open the another tab, so you can query here. Okay, you can write your query. So already have that. Okay, select the star from customer. What had happened, guys? Earlier I had it in the Excel, the same data came and set it here. Able to see there is a no error, everything has been come as it is. Okay, and similarly we can load view the table. Okay, similarly we can load the other things. Okay, and what is going to happen if I load the error data? So to show you that error data, what error I'll be having, I will tell you that. This is my error file, guys. Okay, what I have done, instead of it is expecting the number, right? It is expecting number. I have entered the varchar string I have entered. So it should not accept it. It should stop loading the data. Okay, what I have done, what I have done. Okay, let us go again. The same process we need to follow. Okay, click here and add the data and load the data to the Snowflake. And you need to choose the different file. For the demonstration error purpose, I am chosen it. Okay, and again same step. Okay, and next. Okay, you are able to see, right? So data type. Data type, what is it giving? Data type did not match. And here also data type did not match. Okay, what I have chosen? Do not load the any data. Do not load the any data. So if I choose on error is equal to continue, valid records would have inserted. But I have selected this. Let us try to load it. What happened? Failed to load the data. So error on the line 6, character 1, column 1, customer ID. So numerical value John is recognized. It is giving the clear error. We can open it in the notepad plus plus. You can check it. You are able to see, right? The line number 6, this is the issue. So if you remove it, and one more thing also, okay, okay, back, okay, and what I will show you, whatever the error is there, what I will do, okay, do not load. So on load valid data from the only valid data. So what are the valid data here, guys? So these are the valid data is there. So we can load this only one, two, three, four records can be loaded here. Let us see that can be loaded it here. Okay. Only load the valid data from the file. Let us see what had happened. 5 rows out of 4, 4 has been done, and the error also it has given. You can fix that. You can load it later. Okay, and one more thing. So let us see that data came. So 6 plus 4. Okay, uh okay, those 5 plus 4 is 9 records you are able to see. And one more thing, you have executed this query, right? Where the you can see that query history. This is the icon. Query history is already open. Okay, it is the query history, guys. Okay, and this one. Okay, query history is available here. Okay, if you want to see what had happened for this, you can open this, so that it is going to give you the all the detail. In the monitoring tab, we are going to see that one. Okay, query history. Okay, query profile, query telemetry, all the steps I'll be taking into that in the separate session. Okay, let us see this. Okay, and it is not loading. Okay, let it be. Yeah, see at the how much time it take, 90 milliseconds it is taken. Client snow site we have used it. Okay, and what result set, what you have selected, and warehouse which one you have used, started at it at ended at. Okay, those information, it is query profile, more information you can Click on the query profile. So here the query profile, what is happening? What is happening here? Okay, what is happening? So how the data is scanning? So from the catch only 100% catch. So table, this is the table. From the table to this has been catched. So those things and all I will show you practically in the next session. So okay, now we have loaded the data from the CSV to the Snowflake. Now see the other way. So other way, which one way? So we can load the data. How the data can get into the Snowflake is the first raw data file in the S3 from the S3 to the Snowflake. How we can load that? What is the way we can do this? The source systems, what are the source systems are there? Okay, if you are the beginner, you might be confusion, guys. Okay, because we are working in the real time, we can relate it. So if you are not understanding, don't worry. So start with the loading the file and then create the internal stage and then go for this is come under the external stage. Okay, we have to create the external stage, then we need to create the data, then we have to use the copy command, then we have to load it, or we can use the snow pipe to load the continuous data. Okay, those are things I'll be covering one by one. I'll cover the snow pipe concept and external stage concept, how to create the your account in the S3 like the AWS, and how to create the bucket. Those things I'll be covering in the upcoming sessions, guys. Okay, let us see the source system. It will be database, application, file CSV, JSON, and Parquet. And in my current company, what I am using the CSV, guys. CSV file are coming from the data source. Those files are coming and sitting in the S3 bucket. From the S3, we are processing it. Then we are loading into the Snowflake, guys. Okay, and there are the different architecture we are using, and AWS Lambda we are using, AWS Glue we are using, and Data Lake also we are using, and iceberg tables we are creating. Don't worry about those things. Those are the advanced concept. Now understand this, how the data is coming. So data is coming to the S3, then storage integration, Snowflake and AWS. Okay. And then external stage in the Snowflake, reference the data in the S3 without moving it. External, it means the data will be there in S3 bucket, but just will be referring it. And how will be loading that data? We are loading into the copy into command. We will call it as parallel loading for the maximum performance. Support the CSV, JSON, Parquet, or RC. And finally, we can do the Snowflake tables. Data available for analytics, reporting, and downstream processing. This is the data available. So in architectural view, source file, here the source file will be there, then Amazon S3, then storage integration, IAM role, external stage, and copy into command. Then this is the architecture. So someone asked means you can explain this. Okay. And performance wise, which performance wise, how we are going to use this? Performance best practices, use the Parquet format instead of CSV format. Why the Parquet? Use the Parquet is columnar format, compressed, faster loads, lower storage cost, and support the schema evolution. So schema evolution is the another concept. I will take that. And in the every companies we are implementing that schema evolution. So in the intro questions it will come, guys. Okay, you need to watch that also. Okay, load in the parallel. Right warehouse size we need to choose. Monitor with the query history. Disable the unnecessary transformation. Okay. And other thing, key Snowflake features that help is massive parallel processing, okay, and automatic scaling and separation storage compile high concurrency and secure and govern. We are going to use it in the real time. Okay, and other way we can load using external stage. We can use it, and we can use the Snowpike, guys. These are the different ways we can do this one, guys. Okay, and as I told you, right, here the adding the data is here, AWS S3. And now I have shown you this. We can load the file into the stage and then we can do this. This also we can do. Either we can load it to the, take it to the local and we can use the internal stage and the external internal stage and then also we can load it. Okay. These are the ways we can do it, guys. Okay. And if you are having the any questions, please comment on this video. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you very much.